Hello and welcome back to Chengi's World. It's Women Ask Wednesday. I'm really looking forward to this video because I have an incredible question. I'm not going to read it out for you because it's quite long, so I'm going to give you the down low. But it's very, very good, very interesting. A question that I think a lot of women are asking themselves in this day and age, and I'm hoping to answer it so that it's really, really helpful to as many of us as possible watching this today. If you're new to my channel, welcome to Chengi's World. I am Chengi and you, my precious one, are my world. And for those of you who are coming back over and over, thank you so much for sharing, liking, commenting and growing this channel. I love you, appreciate you. You are indeed my world. Thank you so much, my precious angels. Now moving forward, make sure you join me on Instagram and Facebook at Chengi's World. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, housekeeping. Let's get this party started. Okie dokie. So one of you lovely, beautiful angels wrote to me and you asked the question, basically the viewer, the angel I'm speaking about, I'm going to call her Miss B. And Miss B wrote to me and asked me if she's young, she's one of my young viewers, she's 24, and she tells me that she hasn't got any problems bringing in the boys. She brings the boys to the yard, no problem, but she does have a problem with getting to girlfriend status. She admitted that she obviously at first was sort of having sex with them, so she feels that was sort of downgrading her, also at least keeping her in non-girlfriend status. But now that she's celibate, she still is having a hard time getting to girlfriend status. And how can she get over that hump to the next level in her relationship? So my answer is as follows. Now, this is a problem that a lot of women have a lot of problems in this scenario. It's a 21st century problem mainly. Why? Because the men have so many other options and so many other choices. And unfortunately, at the age of 24, in your 20s, men are less willing to settle down, less willing to... At the age of 24, men are less willing to settle down. They are very much in the exploratory stage. In their 20s, they want to party, meet as many women as possible. And they're just not ready to settle down. Men, definitely not so long ago, I'd probably say about 15 years ago, it was quite normal for a 25-year-old man to really be thinking of marriage. But now, men are just not contemplating it as early, because there's so much variety, there's so many options. Travel and meeting women is so easy to do. A man can meet so many women. Sex is just that bit more available than it ever was ever. So men really start thinking about settling down and finding a girlfriend stroke somebody to commit to definitely much later in their late 20s, probably 30s really. So it is quite a hard, but that is not to say that there are no men in their 20s who aren't looking for a girlfriend. There are plenty of men in their 20s looking for a girlfriend, but probably not as many. And to be honest, I think in general, most men, even up to 80, some of them are just not commitment ready. So how do you win? How do you come across? Well, I can definitely tell that you're obviously intelligent, you are very smart and very beautiful from the picture that I saw. And this is a problem that a lot of attractive and confident women have. Whether or not you are seen by the world as an attractive woman, or you're just simply a very confident woman who just loves yourself, no matter what it is that you look like, men are gonna gravitate towards you very much, but you'll find that you have a hard time getting them to stay. And that is for the reason that I gave, just accessibility of women, which is why what is really the key here for you and for every woman watching this video is your selection process. The problem with a lot of women that I work with, especially the ones that I work with one-to-one, most women that I meet and speak to and work with one-on-one, the problem that I find with all of them is that you have zero selection process. The question I'm going to ask you is, what are your 5 non-negotiables? If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a video on this channel, one of my very early videos, called my 5 non-negotiables. What are your 5 non-negotiables? What are the 5 things you will not accept from a man? What are the 5 things you will not tolerate? What are the 5 things you will not have? And then you need to have your other 5 values and beliefs. What are you looking for in a man? And above all, be clear that you know what a man wants before you even go on a date with him. I am very clear with my clients that they have a very strong vetting system. We have a set of questions that I give them and that we formulate amongst ourselves based on what they tell me is a non-negotiable, based on what they tell me is a value. And then we come up with a set of questions that are specific to her, to you, that are specific to you, Miss B, that have to do with finding out the information that you want in light of the things that you will not accept and the things that you're looking for, and whether this person is up for a relationship. You have to be clear whether you're dating online or in person, that you make it very clear to a man from day dot. I know there are a lot of relationship experts that don't, whatever. Look, telling a guy that what you are after right now is a relationship doesn't mean that you are saying you want a relationship with him. It's very important that you make it clear with a guy that you're at a stage in your life where you're dating to meet and marry the man of your dreams, if you're at that age and at that place in your life, or you're actually looking to be in a committed relationship that has longevity. Okay, that is not to say that it has to be with you, and you have to make it clear that it's not that it has to be with you, but whoever I meet right now and start to deal with romantically has to be open and ready for something permanent, something with longevity and exclusivity and commitment. That is what I'm looking for at this stage in my life. And be okay with a guy running away. The problem with most women is we don't want to know because we're afraid to run him off. Now, you've got to understand something. Once you become a high value woman and you know what you're worth and you know what you bring to the table and you know what you stand for, you will not be afraid to run men off. In fact, I love it when I do. In fact, I look forward to it. I enjoy the process of seeing how fast I can run a man off by my authenticity. Because when I tell you my truth and it freaks you out, you're going to save us both 6 months to a year of my time being wasted, which I just don't have, and emotional heartache. You need to take heartache and heartbreak very seriously, and a lot of women don't. So we slide into these relationships with men that we've not vetted. We've not asked them what they want. Most guys will upfront and tell you, I'm just looking to have a bit of fun, or I'm not into anything serious, I just want to see how it goes, let's see how it goes. All of those statements are non-committal statements. A man will tell you what he is ready for. A man will say, you know what, I'm just looking for somebody who I can hang out with and spend weekends with, or I'm looking for a girlfriend, I'm looking for something serious right now, I'm looking to just commit. A man will tell you most of the time, but if not, there are a series of questions that I give to my clients that will bring out the truth, that will siphon out his truth without him realizing that he's actually told you exactly what it is that he wants. Okay, I train my clients to look at, dating profiles, the kind of pictures you need to be avoiding. Men who've got their shirts off, drinking, men in pubs, and I've done videos on this on online dating. You can watch that video. The words that men use on their dating profiles, if they use words at all. There's so many flags and things to look for that let you know what a guy is truly after. But nevertheless, you can only vet that. You can only ask that, and then go on a date to verify that. Okay. Oh, there it goes. It's floating away. You need to vet and verify the men that come into your life. There is no point in saying, how do I get to girlfriend status per se, when the guy you met was not looking for a girlfriend? Because let me tell you something about men. They're not like women. You can't persuade them to do what they did not come to do. If a man is at a stage in his life where he wants to play, I don't care if you are Queen Mary of the Shires. I don't care if you are Her Royal Highness. I don't care if you're an angel that came down from heaven specially made for him. If he's at a stage in his life where he is not looking for anything serious, he's not done for anything serious, chances are there'll be reasons for that. Maybe his money is not right, or circumstances in life are not right, or he hasn't achieved something that he has in his mind, a blueprint in his head, and therefore he's not ready to settle down with somebody. You cannot persuade him, even if you're the best woman that has ever walked this planet, even if you're a girlfriend material, even if you present as a keeper, even if you do absolutely everything that I say on these videos to do, and say all the right things and dress the way that I advise you to dress, or you've bought every book and have done everything right, if that man is not ready for a girlfriend. So your job before you go on a date, and I always say to my clients, please do not waste your time and your energy, because your energy is currency and your self-esteem is currency in the dating world. If your energy is being spent on guys that you haven't vetted, that are wasting your time, it's gonna cause you to operate on a very low energy and not give the guys that are ready for what you want the fair chance that they deserve. Okay. So first and foremost, it is your vetting. Find a man. When you speak to a guy, make it clear what you want, not from him, in life. At this point, in general, this is what I want for my life. It's just like saying, oh, you know, I want to now have a career, you know, and build a career. It doesn't mean it has to be with you. But I want a career. I want, you know, I'm at a place in my life now where I'm looking to be in a stable relationship that may lead to marriage. I am at a place where I don't have time to mess around with men that just want to play games. If you're going to come to me, and this is at any age, you know, I'm very clear with men when I meet them. Look, I'm not at a stage in my life where I just want to play games and mess around and see how it goes. You know, I am ready for A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You have to be very clear about what you want, and if that guy is not down for that, then he can just keep on moving and save everybody the time, or he can just upfront and say what is on his mind. And no, you cannot change his mind. Don't let anybody say to you, well, I'm not really ready for a relationship, but you could change my mind. No, thank you. I'm not in the mind changing business. What I'm in is in the chengi business. I am in my business. I run my business, and my business is the outcomes that I want in my business. And this is, I just need people who are prepared to put their hands to the plow and work with my vision right now. And my vision is I want A, B, C, D, F, G, and there are plenty of guys who want to play that game. So you cannot go from just casual status to girlfriend status because you did something nice or dressed as a keeper or did. No, that is a guy who, if that guy was not coming in for that, he's gonna hit it and quit it. He's gonna hit and run as soon as he gets exactly what he wanted. So we've got to get that clear. Are you vetting these men? Are you clear about your goals and what you want? Okay, so this is really crucial, and just being upfront and honest from day one, and being okay with these guys running away if they have to. So I hope this sort of answers your question. Now, most guys who have been dating you for a while expect the what are we question. They do. Trust me, I speak to guys all the time. They do. Oh, then what are we question? Some men know that women are so conditioned for men not to run away that we're not going to ask them what's going down. Okay, so I believe and I recommend that after 3 months is a good time of dating somebody for you to be in a position where you ask somebody. So if you don't ask a guy, he's going to get away with not ever committing. Now, you have to understand there are different types of guys. There are men out there who want to commit. They came to commit. That's what they're signing up for. That's what they want. And they found the person that they want to commit to. They found the specimen that they want to commit to and give their time and attention to. Okay, so there is that guy. And he's going to not need you to ask him the what are we. He's just gonna upfront say, girl, you mean the world to me and I want to make this work. They're just gonna upfront. Then there are guys that are sort of open to a relationship but not particularly sort of hunting one down, and so they're looking for that someone special. So you know, it's different from a guy who wants a relationship and is looking for somebody to fit into that relationship. Then there's a guy who's not necessarily looking for a relationship, but if they met somebody special that really captivated their minds, they would consider a relationship. And that's probably the bulk of a lot of men that you're going to meet out here in the dating streets. Men who are not particularly ready for a relationship, but would consider it for the right girl. They're not close to it either. Then there are men who are just not relationship ready. They're not interested. They're not interested in commitment. They're just not interested. So if you are with that guy who, you know, who's obviously can clearly see that you are special, who can see that you are special, who can see that you know, that he's behaving in a way that speaks of boyfriend. He expects you at some point. They do know in the back of their minds that you are going to have the conversation, and they kind of hope you won't, because it's nice to stay in limbo because it kind of keeps options open. It kind of means they can hit and run if something better comes along, and at that point you need to be in a position to have the conversation with him about what are we, where do you see this relationship going, because you've invested 3 months or even less, maybe even 6 weeks is enough to depending on your age. I feel that, you know, the younger you are, the more time you have 3 months or so to take your time and figure that out, because you might want to be dating other people as well. But as you get older, time is just not so much of a commodity to sort of spend, you know, 3 months out of your life when you're in your 40s is very different from 3 months in your life when you're 24. So what you want to do is sort of ask the question and be ready for an answer that you don't like. And this is the problem, is some of us don't ask the questions because we don't want the answer that we don't want. We don't want him to say, well, I'm not sure, let's, we just want to pretend as if we're in a girlfriend mode and not say anything. So you need to have the courage and the boldness to ask a man what's going on. But if you take my advice in the beginning and be very clear about what you want, not with him, make sure that he understands that it doesn't have to be with him, but it's what you're in the market for, is what you are looking for, then you're gonna save yourself having to have the conversation much later on, because he's gonna know that if he's gonna take things further with you, take you on a second date, take you for a third date, that he is dating a woman that is looking for something real, something profound, something lasting, that has consistency, communication, and commitment involved. And so he will either step to the plate or he will call it and keep it moving. And the good news is you are clearly able to pull them in. There are other women who don't even know how to get a date. Okay, so you are already one step ahead of most women. The fact that you're able to pull them in means that you have the luxury of also getting rid of some and vetting them, and you have the luxury of not being desperate. Okay, so you have to exploit the reality of, actually, if this is what I want, you're not able to give it to me next. Let's next. Okay, so being confident and comfortable enough. So if you feel, and you're watching this and you don't feel you're comfortable and confident enough to say, this is what I want from a relationship, this is what I want from a man that I'm seeing, this is what I want, and you feel that that's scary, then we've got to work on your self-worth and your self-value and your self-esteem, because that's where I always say that those three are your currency in the dating world. You will not be able to get what you want in a relationship if you don't have enough self-esteem to ask for it, and the resilience. I've done a video on building resilience, to take the rejection, to take somebody saying, no, you're a wonderful person, but I am not signing up for that project because I am not ready. Most people will not say it's me, but you have to be resilient enough for somebody to be able to reject you and not feel that it's somehow something that's missing from you, not feel that it's somehow some deficit in you as a person, but accept that actually we're not on the same mission, and it's okay. You need to have that resilience, and not take it personally, begin to kill yourself because he's not ready for what you're ready for. Just keep on moving, just keep bringing those boys, keep breaking them in as you've always been doing. So number one, I can probably guarantee that your vetting process is probably nil. You are going with probably the guy that you fancy, or the one that was bold enough to ask you out or whatever, and you're not vetting from day one. Don't ever waste your time or energy going out on a date with any guy that you have already vetted. Before a man asks you on a date, you should ask him. Why? Because at that point, you're not emotionally involved. If a guy sort of says to me, hey, I'd like to take you out for dinner, I'll be like, that's really nice, I'd love to go out to dinner for you, but what is it that you're looking for? What are you looking for? Oh, I just want to be friends. Oh, I'm just trying to meet new people. Okay, if that's where I'm at and I want to be a new friend to somebody new, then I'll go and do that with you. But at some point, I need to know what it is that you're looking for, and I'm going to find out on that date. So, are you looking for somebody to become your girlfriend and sort of have permanency and longevity with, or are you just looking to date and have fun dating and meeting new people? No judgment. It's just I need to know. You shouldn't feel any kind of way, because your time is worth a lot, and your heart being broken because you were not certain or clear in the beginning. It's not worth the call. You want to look cool, you want to look like you're down with the down, you want to look like you're not needy or desperate. That's very nice, but appearances are not going to save your heart getting broken. So forget about how things look and go for the way things are. So I really hope this answers your question. Forget about how things look, go for how things are, be authentic, know what you want, ask for what you want in life, and you might get it. If you never ask, then the answer is always going to be no. Okay. You just have to be confident enough in yourself and know your self-worth and your self-value to demand and require out of another human being what you need to be happy, and allow them to be able to say they cannot give that to you and not feel rejected and dejected and feel like you're not worth it. You have simply put your cards on the table, and they have every right to say that's not what they want. And so you save yourself time campaigning for girlfriend status for a man who has no intention, had never any intention to make you anything other than somebody he was seeing. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you so much for sending me that question. Keep them coming, ladies. Thank you so much for watching. Love you lots. Bye-bye now.